What's up, family? Welcome to the very first episode of Unlocked by AI, where we break down what AI actually is in real life, not what you hear on the internet, not what you hear from other people, not what you compare, but how it can work for the rest of us. Because let's be real, the most of what you hear about AI sounds like techie nonsense, science fiction, and fantasy. But I'm here to have it make sense for the rest of us because I believe that there's opportunity for everybody. And just so in case you don't know who I am, I'm Nval Wright, and I've worked in this technology space for over 30 years, connecting to companies like BET, Radio One, Meta. I've helped some of the biggest names in entertainment. But really, what I'm passionate about is connecting to everyday people, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, career builders, even pastors, and helping them understand the digital opportunity. And there's no opportunity that is bigger than the opportunity around AI. So today, what I want to start with is the biggest thing that I realize is that many of us don't even know what AI is. We all act like we do. We read the articles, we read the news stories, we see things on TV, and somebody's like, do you know Chat GPT? You're like, yeah, I know Chat GPT. Do I know Claude? You don't know any of those things. So the first thing I wanted to do today, as part of this new series of Unlocked by AI, which is helping you unlock opportunities by AI, is go through terms and help you really understand the basics. So now you can go to the coffee shop, you can go to the cocktail hour and be able to speak about AI and really understand what people are saying around you. So let's dig in because the reality is this can unlock new income. It can unlock freedom and opportunities only if you know how to use it. So let's kick these things off by breaking down five common AI terms you've probably heard and literally have no idea what they mean, have no idea how to understand them. So I want to walk them through with you. So let's start with the first one, artificial intelligence, AI. So just to give you a background, AI is like your super smart assistant. It helps you think faster, it helps you make decisions and handle tasks that you would normally need help with, right? Whether that's managing your calendar, whether that's or figuring out which customer to follow up with, AI can help with those tasks and think through those tasks. So you don't just assign it, but it can think through it, right? It can follow up with your customers. It can react to how they react to you. So here's a real life example, right? Think about a local bakery owner. They might use AI to send out reminders for their custom cake orders automatically, while the owner focuses on frosting that same wedding cake. Many of you, if you're solo business owners, you do all of this by yourselves and you have to bake the cake, you have to reach out to the customer, you have to take their payment. So imagine if you had an AI employee that could respond to the customer, that could let them know that the cake will be ready by a certain time, could take their deposit so you're not doing your work without getting paid. AI at its core should be looked at as something that can take the tasks that you don't need to do so that you can focus on the things that are uniquely specific and special about you. Right? You hear a lot of people saying AI is going to take my job. No, the people who know are going to take your job because they're going to be able to leverage it and have a single person business or a single person department that can operate like a multi-person department while you're still trying to figure out how to do all those things yourself. So that's AI when you talk to people. So let's dig into number two, machine learning. So machine learning is how AI gets smart, right? It's the information that it takes in and it learns and it gets better and it changes its paths and patterns. So think of it like teaching a dog to fetch. The more examples it sees, the better it gets, right? Machine learning is the same way. The more data it receives, the more examples it receives, the better it gets. So a small business can use this to learn customer behavior, like what your products people like, they buy on a specific day, what specials to run in a specific time. So the more information you give it, the better it learns. So if you can get all the data, think about if you had a document that talked about every business interaction, right? You take all your old spreadsheets, you take all of your old customer emails, and you were able to dump them in, and the machine can learn from that and then say, hey, when I ask it a question, I remember that 2 years ago, the customers were big on product X and it looks like they're being big again. Maybe let's offer a special on that. Or, hey, this is your down period. So maybe we should offer some extra things proactively to fill that gap. Machine learning takes that information and helps AI give you smarter responses. So that's number two. We'll keep going. So the next one is deep learning. This is just machine learning with layers on top of it, literally like a layer cake. Each layer helps AI understand more complex stuff like faces and photos or voices and audio. So the more it lays on, the more it gives you, the more opportunities you get deeper into a topic. So if you think about when you go into a job, day one, you have some level of knowledge. Day two, you have a different level of knowledge. But month six, year one, year three, you've established a deeper learning. Even in your careers, you know more today than you did 6 years ago or even 6 months ago. So deep learning is those layers keep adding up. So it's you don't have to come back and retrain them. So the more it learns about that ancillary information, the better that it can help you. So how does that help? How does that work in business? Imagine a security system that can use deep learning to recognize familiar faces and alert you if something looks off. And you're like, okay, I'm. You hear all the people saying, I'm afraid of having that information. What a lot of people don't understand is that this has already been here. So this is not new. This is really just giving us access to the things that are there. If you think about Alexa, if you think about Siri, if you think about the Ring cameras, we've had all of these devices that have been capturing us, but now we can use that to be smarter. Like think in case that if someone comes that is your relative and you want to give them different access to someone you don't know, all of that value helps you and helps you be more secure. So let's dig into number 4. Natural language processing, NLP. So NLP is how AI talks to us. If you've ever talked to Siri or if you've ever typed into a chat bot or if you've ever talked to Alexa and it responded like a human, that is NLP. And even now in ChatGPT and some of the other models, they have a voice mode where literally you can have an interaction. And you're like, that's creepy and scary. But think about where we've moved from. We've moved from typing into a terminal and waiting for things to process to come back, to typing into a computer and letting that software do it, to having a phone and having it done quickly, to having the internet. Then now we can have a conversation and at the speed of what we're thinking, get things to happen. And also, if you think about it from a business perspective, I can have that conversation while I'm getting other things done and move things together. So if you see about these topics, these are just layers on the intelligence to continue to get better, smarter, and be able to communicate more effectively. So that's NLP. So that's the premise of it. But here's a real life example, right? A fitness coach can use a chatbot on their site to answer FAQs or help new clients sign up without even talking to them, without having to stay glued to their DMs. So if you're that same fitness owner, imagine while you're running classes, you have a chatbot on your website that's responding to people, letting them know and being able to look into your schedule and see when there are other classes available, letting them know your pricing, letting them know your methodology about a certain exercise. So you can do both things at the same time. Whereas many of you now, if you have a business, you're focused on looking at your DMs, looking at your chat, looking at your email, because you want to make sure you don't miss out on that customer. And even if you do that, you miss out. So natural language processing allows you to have tools in place to have that conversation, to give you the information you need to have a better business. All right, so the last one we're going to talk about today is neural networks. So these are like digital brains, right? They learn by connecting patterns just like we do. And you don't realize you connect patterns, whether it's, man, I know how my relative always is going to act on this holiday, to, hey, I've seen this in business multiple times. When these things happen, the outcome usually comes out a certain way. So these neural networks are constantly looking at these patterns to proactively be ready to give you that, which is why you see a lot of people in business now asking AI and platforms like ChatGPT to create plans for them, to create processes for them, because those neural networks are always looking and connecting those patterns. And what used to take us months can take us minutes, because now we have platforms that are constantly looking at that data to do it. So if you think about just those 5 things I told you, you are now armed with that. So, from a neural network perspective, let's use this example. So if you're a credit repair expert, you could use a neural network to spot red flags in someone's credit report faster than any spreadsheet. You could have it constantly monitoring how your customers do certain activities to proactively help them. That learning helps you be a better service provider and helps that data help people react more quickly and make improvements in their life. So here's the deal. AI is already here. It's already working for big companies. It's already working in your company. The question is, how are you going to take advantage of it? How are you in your everyday life, whether you have a job that you love and you want to stay in, or you have a job that you don't love and you've always wanted to create a business, whether you want to believe it or not, AI is here and it's not going anywhere. But the opportunity is that if you jump into it now, and I tell people this all the time, it's the one technology platform, technology innovation that we're all jumping in at the exact same time. I don't care what you read on the internet. there are no such thing as AI experts. Everyone's figuring it out. If they're not the people building the platforms, they are just figuring it out. The question is, are you going to make the decision to figure it out? So what I want to do is help you figure that out. So Unlocked by AI is a content series and a newsletter that I'm going to go and I'm doing this work because I need to learn just like you, but I want to share it with you so that you don't have to go through those hurdles. And each day you can know what to focus on, how it gives you value, and think about how to make it apply for your work. So it's your turn to unlock it, and it's your turn to make it work for you. So my hope is that you'll click on the button wherever you're seeing this and you'll subscribe to the Unlocked by AI newsletter. You'll go to my YouTube channel and you'll subscribe to that YouTube channel so you get access to the videos. Because in this series, I'm going to show you real tools. I'm going to show you real prompts. I'm going to show you real examples of how to use AI to grow your business. And you're getting that from someone who's actually been in business, not someone who just picked it up and figured it out. Because I've seen technology go from web to mobile to now AI, and have done it at some of the biggest companies in the world. So I can now help you bring that into your life, upgrade your workflow, or even start something new from scratch. Because no matter where you are, AI is going to be a part of your life. So I hope you join me on this journey and you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines and you're ready to jump in and actually do something and unlock what AI can do. Unlock AI with Nval Wright. Click like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the comments. Let me know what you want to hear from. Let me know if there's certain topics, and we'll build and level up together.